Hi there, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. My name is Melanie, and welcome back to another organization video. I had to take a deep breath there because while I was working on embellishments, I've decided to switch things up a little bit and deal with more paper. So this is my 6x8 paper collection here. So about that, maybe a few pads up here. And these two containers are loose 6x6 paper. Now you think, oh, that's not too bad. Yeah, let me show you where else I have paper pads stored. Okay, I also have these close to my heart bins that are filled with 6x6 paper pads. So that's enough. Actually, it's too much for how I use them. Ignore the mess over here. You know how it is when you're cleaning up your space, right? You make a mess sometimes in order to solve one. So I feel like I need to go through this and declutter it, but I have some challenges. So let's go over to the desk and let me talk about my thoughts on the whole 6x6 paper pad thing. And I'm looping 6x8 in here as well. So let's talk about paper. And talk about some of the issues that I'm experiencing or some of the thoughts that I'm experiencing. And I'm hoping you'll be able to maybe give me some suggestions. So if you followed my 12x12 storage, I've got a great system. I'm really happy with it. I sort a lot of my 12x12 by color. And I've also made a lot of what I call page kits, where I take 3 to 4, maybe 5 12x12 pieces together, or 3 to 5 pieces of cardstock together that I call like a page kit. Makes it really easy when I want to go do a layout. I just find an inspiration, whatever the inspiration sheet is on the front, color scheme, whatever, and I pull it out. I've got enough paper to do at least one layout, probably 2, like a double page, and sometimes a little bit more than that. Works great. Love it. I have different categories for paper by theme. I've got the collections. All of that works great. And primarily I use my 12x12 paper for scrapbooking. 6x6, 6x8. Traditionally, I would say, or historically I would say, I primarily use 6x6 for card making. But to be honest, I never come to look at the 6x6. And really, in theory, I should just get rid of it all because I never come here, never use it. Now, can I use it? Absolutely. If you've been watching my Blitz Your kits, you'll know that the SAT sampler kits I use often have 6x6 papers in there. I usually make cards out of it, and you know, it works great and all that good stuff. So I could use them. I also do love some of these papers and patterns. I could also make scrapbook layouts out of them. The only problem I have with scrapbook layouts is I probably would use more like a paper pad or collection to do a scrapbook layout because they all coordinate, versus this method where I have everything sorted by color, where they're just like maybe one 6x6 sheet, which is not going to work for me, generally speaking, on a scrapbook layout. Does that make sense? Right? So this works, this color coding works okay for card making, but I never come here. I'm rambling, I know. I have 4 bins of 6x6 paper pads, and they are divided by theme somewhat, but I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense to keep them as paper pads or to break them up. The 12x12 paper pads totally made sense to break them up because I would almost never use them in its entirety, but maybe with a 6x6 paper pad I would. So I had broken them up previously, and you'll see that I've got them color coded to some extent. I probably could declutter or purge some of these, which is I think what I'm going to start with is we'll go through these. I've got this bin and another one to go through before I tackle the 6x6 paper pads, because I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. That being said, by the time I get your response from you, I may have already sorted through them and made a decision, but I'm still curious. Paper pads, what do you think I should do with them? Keep them as paper pads, break them up, maybe do like a card kit, which would probably be only 2 6x6 papers together, maybe 3. I can't see me doing much more than that. But if I want to keep them for scrapbooking, I probably would need like 4 to 6. I don't know. Decisions. Okay. Anyways, let's talk about this one, this bin here. So I do have them color sorted, roughly. It's many years ago that I've done this. So let's go through this. Oh, I had another thought. What about cutting them down? Like if I cut them into cardstock panels, like 5 1/4 by 5 1/2, do you think maybe that would be a factor to help me use them more? Or maybe die cut panels, you know, take some of my decorative dies and die cut some, maybe that would work. I don't know, you guys, this is my problem. I don't want to purge it all because I think there's value in here and I think there's enough stuff that I like, but I also just don't use them. So I need to find a way to use them. Yeah. So I don't know how much of this we're going to get through today, but let's pull out the first section and see what there is to see. I do think I am going to sort this stuff out into like kit starters, which is basically multi-pattern paper, like I do with the 12 by 12, just because I think it's easier to start with that and then pull supplemental paper. And I do like the idea of making kits, but just 2 pages just seems seems like a kind of like almost non-issue, right? I don't know. Anyways, let's just see what we've got. So we've got some solid cardstock here, which is fine. This is some Felicity Jane. Now see, something like this, I could see me totally pre-cutting into a panel. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Maybe as I go through this, I'll come up with an answer to my question. A 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And then, you know, that'll go in the pre-cut panels. See, like, what do you do? What do you do with the multicolored? So I think we'll put that up here under kit starters. Do like those. Here's the other thing when it comes to cards. I like patterns way more for cards than I do for scrapbooking. So that could also be a challenge. I think this one we're going to purge. I'm going to purge that one. I think I also want to go in and clean this up a little bit and trim this all off so that it is a nice even 6 by 6 if nothing else. See, that kind of has like a party theme or a birthday theme to it. Leave it. Purge that one, purge that one, purge, purge, purge. Well, maybe there's more that I can get rid of than I thought. That's pretty. Purge. Oh, by the way, this is the purge pile. This is the keep. This is the multicolor that I want to keep. Actually, I like the dots. I don't care for the chevrons so much. I'm going to purge that. Purge that one. I think this one we're going to trim into a panel. Would I trim this one into a panel? I'm thinking about this one again. The reason why I was going to purge it was because it's off center and it bothers me. But I'm wondering if I could trim it down. No, let's just purge that one. This one I'm going to make a card panel out of. Now, what do I do with something like this? Like, this is not going to cut down very well because of the border. Unless I get rid of the border. I'm just going to purge that one. Little bow ties we're going to purge. We're going to purge. Keep that one. Put that in multicolor. This is not even a full 6 by 6. I'm going to purge that one. This is cute. See, so this is what I'm talking about. Like, this would make a cute card, right? So do I make that into a kit? And maybe I just do the same thing. Maybe I just put 3 6 by 6 together, like I do with a regular scrapbook kit. Decisions. I do like that, though. I'm going to put this aside because I do like it. These are some Felicity Jane papers. No, the blue's a little bit different in that one. Page kit. See? Oh, no, I like this. This is not from the same, but I do like those together. Okay. Purge that. Keep. This is some old Stampin' Up. I don't even know where this one's from, and I don't know if I like it. I think it's a Christmas, maybe? Anyways, we're going to purge that. This, I think, is from Ellie Studio, and I'm going to purge that one too. Now, this would make great scrapbook layouts, right? But would it also make a great card? I don't know. Throw that there. Got 2 of those sheets. Keep that. This is not my favorite shade of pink, but I am going to hold on to it. These are a much better scale for card making. Okay, we are going to purge these ones though. That's too browny. That's cute. These are all Felicity Jean. And I think I bought a lot of this in with their sales. So this pattern's happened quite a bit, but maybe I could do like a card set or something. Saw this one earlier. I don't know if I could make this into a card panel. Oh, actually it would fit. Okay, so we'll turn that into a card panel. It will just fit on a card shape. On a card shape, it'll just fit on a A2 size. Purge that. Purge that one. Purge. These are almost red instead of pink, huh? Okay, so here's that color again, but I do like it with this one. So we'll do another little kit, I guess. Oh, actually, that's a cute pattern. I like that better on this side than that one. But does that go with this? Which it does. So I'll make a kit out of that. Not so sure. Ooh, good old foiling. I'm going to purge that one. This one I don't mind. It's a lot, right? But then I think if you cover it, you know, no, purge. If it's too much, it's too much. This is pretty. Purge that. Purge, purge, purge. There we go. Felicity Jane ones are very easy. Probably should have done that from the get-go. But do I love this together? Not really. That's the wrong color. Okay, what's the back side of that one? The doubles. Here's another one of those ones. I like that. don't mind that together either. These will make card panels out of. This is nice cardstock, you guys. Super thick. Don't remember who this is from. I think this is from Pink Fresh. I think from Felicity, maybe. This might actually look kind of cute as like a mat. Okay. I think maybe we'll change that to a kit and go from there. Seeing those almost look purple. Like it, like it, like it. Multicolored. Plaid. I like using plaids for actually backdrops. So those ones might ultimately end up being panels, maybe. Like especially the multicolored plaids. These are like not multicolored, so we'll leave those in here. And I think I might need to go back over this because some of this looks red. So, you know, these have little hearts on them. I don't know if I want to put those in a separate category or not. I'm going to purge those. And I'm going to purge those. These are all like kind of a mottled background, and we got some stripes, some more plaid. Oh, purge that. See, this doesn't even look pink at all. I don't know. Purge that one. And basic pink. Okay, so a lot that I'm keeping, but I'm getting rid of enough, right? That's not bad for just one color section. What is that? It's like half an inch, just, yeah, about half an inch. So I will take that. I am going to go back now. Before I move on to another section, I am going to clean this pile up. I'm going to get rid of all the extra little bits. I'm going to separate out the plaids and decide if I want to make those into panels. I need to decide what I want to do with this, and I'm going to cut these down into panels right away, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Might as well, right? Okay, and then the kits, I'm just going to leave up here for now. I don't think that I want to do more than 2 sheets. I think that might be a little bit much, unless it's like a specialty or something. When I did the 12 by 12, I did insert a piece of cardstock in between each kit, but I don't know if that's necessary. I think it's pretty obvious where one starts and stops, but who knows? Let me go do this off camera and I will come back and show you where this is at. Okay, so I think this is where I'm going to end off for today. So first of all, I decided I was going to get rid of some of the duplicates as well. So all of these are also being decluttered. So that's like another 1/8 of an inch added, so that's good. These I'm going to move in to reds. They may end up in corals yet. I'm not sure, but they're going into red for now because I can't make up my mind. Okay, so this is the pink section, and I did try to somewhat color align them to some extent. It's not perfect because, you know, you start going down this path and then, you know, you can't decide what's what anymore. But, and this is not going to stay this way. I know that. I have no expectations. I did pre-cut the panels, so these are going to go in my card kit. And then these are all going to be, we're going to call them kit starters, right? Which would be up to here. So these would be kit starters. And then these are going to be backgrounds. Technically, these could be backgrounds as well, but these tend to be more monochromatic, whereas these are more multicolored. It just makes sense to me in the moment, and I don't have a better plan, so that is what I am doing. And I did separate out these because these kind of look a little more orangey, coral kind of colors. And then these are like a pinky coral, and I don't know where to put them. So we're just going to call this coral, and there may be red corals, orange corals, pinky corals. I don't really care. If I don't know what color it's going in and it's in that family, it's going to go in this section. So I do need to find another Post-it. But for now, that is where we are going to end up with. And these ones I already talked about. So I think that is going to be it for today. I am just going to keep tackling through these. If you guys like these kind of videos, stick around because, you know, I got a lot of paper to go through. And there will be a declutter video giveaway at some point. If you haven't already, subscribe. And until next time, happy organizing.